I'm going to do another few small ones. I don't know how many of these I'm going to use. I just made a lot, just in case. Select them all, and then make them all as small as you want them. Now this could be enough, but I like the stars on there. So I'll put another one in here, a kind of bigger one. I think I'm going to have that be it. So I'm going to cut all those because I'm done using the stars. Now I'm going to make my screen smaller again so I can figure this out. Okay. I'm going to go to my cut screen because here's the cut right here, if you can see my mouse. Click that. And this shows me what's going to be cut out. Now, it's not going to cut out the words. I can make it do that if I wanted to, but it's not. And I'm glad it didn't, because otherwise I'd have to take all this away and click on all these stars and tell it over here, no cut. But it didn't make it to where they're going to cut. So, but I'll show you. If this was one that said cut, then it would look like this in here. And if everything in red is going to cut. So, and I don't want it to cut, so I'd have to click on just that and hope that I can just get that and click no cut. And this is all I want to cut. I do not want any of this to cut. So when I'm going to bring this on here, and I'm going to select them both before I put them on my star and click no cut right here. Now, as you can see, there's no red around them, no dark red, so it won't cut. I'm going to put this behind it. I'm going to move this to the back, just this one. I'm going to move it, right click, and send backward. It didn't work. I'll try it one more time. Oh, I guess I have to do send. If I want to go all the way back, then I do send to back. And now the reason I do this is because sometimes I'm going to use the print and cut feature, and sometimes when I do that, it cuts not exactly right, and I get a little bit of outline of white of the paper that I'm using, and I don't want it to do that. So actually, here's what I'm going to do first. Let me get it to where you can see everything. Okay, so first, before you go into the cut menu, try to do this first. Put your star up here, and you're going to line it all up right. So you're going to click on both of them and go up into your menu features, and you're going to click the align, which is right here. Okay, and I am going to align this, or align these in the center. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. See, I did a boo-boo, so I'm going to go up all the way over here to the left top of my screen. Click on edit, undo. Okay, we are back to normal. I only want it to, I'm going to try to select only the outside and the black inside. I don't want to select any of the stars because it'll do something funky with those. So just the outside and the black. I'm going to go back over here and do align middle. That didn't do anything. So I'll try align center. As you can see, I don't want there to be any black around the edges because the one I made before did. So I'm just learning this with you right now. I'm going to get it big so that I can see if it seemed to line it up really good by doing that. So I did align center, and I just chose these two. If you take your mouse, click, and just run it over the very tip of that and into the black, like that, it'll just select those two. Like that. And then I hit align center. There's all these options, and you can play with those as you get better. And I've played with some of those so far, but I'm not going to use that right now. Let me move my star back to where I want it. There we go. Stars are all moved funky now. Oh, how did that happen? Well, let me bring just this one, just the outline to the front. See, I don't really know what I'm doing sometimes, so I just play. Okay. Okay, so then I'll just align. I brought it to the front so that some of these stars might be underneath it, but that's okay. It kind of looks cool that way, if you can see what I mean. None of those stars are going to cut. It might print on it, but remember, it's going to cut this out right here, all around these edges. So you'll just see what's peeking out, kind of. So put my hour where I want it, and now I'll line my stars back up. Again, I'm going to make this smaller so you can see the whole word. There. Now, I've got my star how I want it, and I think I put this in the background already. I did. So see, if it cuts out extra, it's just going to cut out more on the blue, and you're not going to know that it did that. So after I get that all together, I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to hit group. Okay. So I've got my star designed. What I would do now, I'm not going to do it, but I'll show you what I would do. I usually make 2 at a time. So go to your Watermarks option, and that's up here in the right hand corner where my mouse is circling. Depending on what type of a cameo you have, what type of a silhouette, I have the cameo, so I'm going to choose this option. But if you have like the portrait one, I think it is, I think this is the option you choose. I don't know. I just know I have the cameo, the 12-inch one, so I choose this. And now I'll make it smaller again so you can see my entire screen. Okay. So that's how big it's going to be. I made mine bigger. Now that I have it all grouped together, I can resize it because it's going to resize everything and it's going to be equal. So I'll make mine bigger. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Oops. I don't even know how big it is now. There. And now I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate it because I'm making front and back. I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate it again so I can make my second star. Right click, duplicate, so I can make the back of my second star. Now these, I'm going to try a different size. I'm going to make them even larger. And you can just put these how you need them to be. I'm going to make them a little bigger because my other ones really didn't turn out very big at all and I wanted them bigger. Oops, I'm going to move them down. Okay, I like that. So now what I would do is I would get a piece of white cardstock, load it in my printer, and go to the print option, and it's going to print with the watermarks. If you need to look at a tutorial of how to cut and print, you can do that. I might make one later. But right now, just go watch one, and then you can catch up to me here. So you print and cut, and it will know because of these watermarks. Hit print. It'll get one all printed out for you. Then you're going to load it in and it'll cut it. So then you have all of these cut out the way you want them. And you're going to start, you can take 2 of these away. And what I'm going to do is I want a layer. To make it thicker, I want 2 pieces of white cardstock the same size in the middle. And it does equal out to where if you turn them over, that it's still equal, if you know what I mean. It still works. So I'm going to ungroup all of these so I can just get the very basic star. So right click, choose ungroup. Take away here so you can see what you're doing here. Take away those. Just get the black star right here. I'm going to click all of these and cut. So I need 2 of these for the middle of the smaller one, and I need 2 of these, duplicate, for the middle of the bigger one. And I do not need the watermarks anymore because I'm just cutting this out of plain white cardstock. So up here in the left corner, again, click the watermark menu option. Turn that off. It just annoys me, so I like to turn it off. Get those out of the way. And line them up so if you don't want to waste paper or whatever. That's what I would do. I'm a paper hoarder, so I have all kinds of scraps of paper. Okay, so then I go up here to my cut menu, make sure that they're going to cut. Oops. Oh, please stop. I don't know what that is. Okay. Go to my cut menu. So they're going to cut exactly how I need them to cut. Send to your cutter, and it will cut those out. Now, when you get it all done, you're going to take these 2, glue them together, glue this top one onto the top part, and then you have another one, you're going to glue that onto the back. And then I took, let me see if I can tell you what it is. It's called glitter dust, iridescent. I don't know who makes it. If I can figure out who makes it, I'll post that in the link in the bottom. But yeah, it's called glitter dust. It's just a spray. So I took it outside and I sprayed a coat of this glitter dust over it. And that's how I made it sparkly, kind of like stars. And so it's thick and it's sparkly, and my daughter loves it. So that is how I made these. And here again is the end product. Thanks. I will make another tutorial on another bookmark I did, and I will post that later. Thanks, and have a good day. John! 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 Will you come turn it off? I don't know how to do that. Just now?
Oh, okay.
Why?
Oh, I didn't know if I maybe missed you hollering.
Did you fall asleep?
No.
Oh.
So, all you have to do to turn it off, so you don't have to look for things, is just right click and close it. Quit.
Will it save it?
Yeah, it'll ask to save it. So it comes up, and then just call it something. And actually, I don't know if we can pick. Let me try something too before you type.
Okay.
Let's see if I can force it to the. Yeah, we'll just keep it where it is. That's fine. So just give it a name.
Okay. Star bookmark tutorial.